What's up guys, E-Rob here from Discount Trading Cards. Today we're going to do a deck profile of Magic the Gathering. Be sure to check the description box for a link to our eBay page and also for a complete card list. We have that. Also be sure to just subscribe, comment, tell us what you think. So let's get into it. This is a deck from Magic the Gathering. It's the Insanity deck, just for your basic lands. There are 10 forests, 12 swamps, and then you have 2 Tainted Woods, which just allows you to have a forest or a swamp. Getting to the creatures, we have 3 Putrid Imps. This deck is built on discarding and getting threshold, so this allows you to discard cards to get that threshold count up, and if you have threshold it gets a +1/+1. And the discard is ability that it gains flying, which is also helpful. Next we have Boneshard Slasher, which when threshold comes it gives a +2/+2 bonus, and it also has flying just off the gate. Carrion Rats, a pretty good card from the beginning, just to start a card. And Grotesque Hybrid, this is a really good card because it has a discard ability, and if it deals combat damage to a creature, that creature is killed and it can't be regenerated. On to the green creatures, we have Basking and Rootwalla. This is a really good early game card because it only costs 1 forest to play, and it has a madness cost, so if you've discarded it as an ability, it just costs 0, you can just play it straight onto the field. And it also has the ability to become a 3/3 monster if you pay 1 colorless and 1 forest mana. Next we have Wild Mongrel, which is a really good card because of the discard ability. You can play it as much as you want, and when you discard a card from your hand, it gets +1/+1 and becomes the color of your choice. And it's a 2/2 starting off. Krosan Archer is good if the opponent has flying. It can block as I have flying. It also has a discard ability, which helps. Next we have Krosan Constrictor, which is ability, it has Swamp Walk, so it can't be blocked if your opponent has a swamp. And it can get any creature -2/-0 by tapping it. That's its ability. We have 2 of those. We have 2 Centaur Veterans, which also has a discard ability that allows it to regenerate, and it has Trample, which is very useful. We have Anurid Backtripper, which threshold ability gives it +2/+2. We have 1 of those. We also have Anurid Scavenger, which has protection from black. And the upkeep visibility isn't that good, but it's a 3/3 card, and it only costs 3 mana, so it's an early game. And then lastly we have Nantuko Cultivator, which is a really good card if you're playing against a black deck. That's the next card, but this card, if you discard cards, then you can put that many +1/+1 counters onto Nantuko. This is the card that I was actually talking about. If you have threshold, this gets +1/+1 for each black permanent that your opponent controls. So that can become a really powerful card. Next we have our enchantments and spells. This is our black enchantment. It just gives +3/+1 and is black. It only costs 2 mana, so this is a pretty good early game. Strength of Lunacy, +2/+1 and protection from white. And then again it has that madness cost, which works well with this deck. Waste Aways are just really good because it allows you to discard a card and pretty much kills a creature that's on the field for your opponent. Next we have our green spells and enchantments. This is an enchantment that allows you to the discard ability, and it lets you beef up your creatures. We have 2 Muscle Burst, which are good. They just give you a +3 plus if there's 1 in your graveyard, it gives you an additional damage. We have some Sudden Strengths, which just give you +3/+3 and allow you to draw a card, which is helpful. And we have Acorn Harvest, which just allows you to get some monsters on the field if you're in a jam, and it also has a flashback cost, which can help you out. We have 2 of those. And lastly, we have 2 Roar of the Worms, which really is a powerful card. And if you can't play the big mana cost, you can always discard this with one of your other creature's ability and play it for its flashback cost. Thanks a lot for checking out this video, guys. Like I said, this deck is for sale on eBay, and if you have any questions or comments, just feel free to leave it in the description box. Thanks a lot.